Guys, it's Michael. This is a video I've had for a little while now. This was a very hard one to focus on because every time I would zoom in, it would move or flash or just disappear. It was like a fake star or something. So it caught my attention from a distance. It was out west. It caught my attention because, well, the brightness kept changing and it kept flickering, and I just couldn't understand why. So it took me at least 30, 40 minutes just to try to zoom in on this thing. And I had my Nikon P900 available at me at that time. I didn't have the 1000. And, the real entities that are made and created come from the field. They come from the blackness of space, the blueness of the daytime. Okay, that's very important to know that, because this is created from this. Okay, this here is what creates this. Being conscious enough to understand that you're living in a contained or simulated reality gives you an advantage to be more creative and imagine more possibilities, that something can happen at any time, and that miracles are completely possible, and you're not a victim, and there is a loving creator that that would be more than happy to share something, an experience that might change your life or might make things maybe more understanding to you, have more clarity, or just knowing that you live in a bigger reality. So take a look at this star here for a second, right? We're going to just call this a UFO. Let's leave it at that. The real stuff is very organic, like this. The real stuff is not so easy to explain, right? So when you see things like a brand new shiny disc with Malibu Ken and Malibu Barbie sitting in there, or a gray alien, whatever your imagination takes you, and it's a rainbow in the background, and Grandpa's over there cooking burgers for everybody 4th of July, that's bullshit. That's nonsense. Okay? It doesn't just show its face for anybody, because some people are not ready for this. But disclosure's already out there. I think it's a very weak disclosure. I think the disclosure that the Pentagon has done has helped out the people like myself and other people who have been telling the public way before they admitted it that we're not crazy. And I was filming these things before they even said anything. And they had no choice. You understand? The Pentagon has no choice, because you have people like me and other people. Most people that have UFO channels, I think UFO Lou is the only one I can think of. He has a night vision camera, and he points it to the sky, and whatever flies in his area, he checks out the footage the next day, he'll show it to people. I'm a lot more interactive. I am out there with my camera. I'm not leaving it just in one place and hope something happens. I'm out there every day. Almost every day, and no, every day, and hoping for the best. As you can see, this thing's already changing form. Something's going on behind it. It shows that there's more going on than what we see. Now that's all background stuff here, but there's still an image. It's giving you an idea of maybe where it's coming from, or maybe where it's going to go to. Who knows? These things are not easy to explain. But I will tell you this much. That's why I try to tell people, like in the Alpinist, right? The last video I just did. When you see something in the daytime leave a trail, they're leaving trails of speckle of matter because it's multidimensional. 4th dimension tesseract is a small cube inside of a large cube. And I saw how it works in space a couple times. it'll take a point and move it here, and then it'll take one bar of the cube, another bar of the cube, another bar of the cube, and start creating a small cube right here, and then the big cube will come over maybe a couple bars at a time. It doesn't have to move all together at once. So that last time, I was taught this the other day, so we saw that one image come through by where Venus was. That was just one point of that object, and the other four followed it. Then you had a two-dimensional explosion because the rest of the pieces that were in that fourth-dimensional object took up the space-time. So the explosion only had one direction to go because the other four pieces took up the other parts of the fourth-dimensional realm that we can't see. So we still didn't see all of it, but the space that was involved when you had that one object go first over Venus, and then the other ones, like four of them, I think, the explosion or whatever happened to that planet near the surface of that Venus, there was a big explosion like this, and the only area that it could register was this way. The reason why was because in a simulation, the space-time for that planet Venus right there, the space-time was taken already. Here's Venus, here's the image, and the pixels would not allow it to overcompensate for that. So it went the only way it knew how to go, flat out this way and back. It couldn't trump Venus is there. It's not going to trump Venus. It wouldn't allow it. Plus, there was other objects taking up certain space-times. It only had one way, and it was the two-dimensional flat plane. Okay. Very hard to get this thing under control, but I do, and here's some of the real footage of it. It's going to come in and out of my frame a little bit, but wait until you see this. Real videos are ones that are they're organic, meaning that they're so unexplainable that they create things right in front of your face. See, like that. It's going to pop in, maybe pop out, I think. And something just flew by, too. I don't know what the heck that was, though. You'll see a lot. I mean, I can show you 20 UFOs in this image. But let's just stick to the main one. First of all, you got something here, right here, okay? This is maybe from Source or from the Prime Divine, the Creator, the Being, the Supreme Being, okay? This is doing something, okay? So usually you can find one of these if you study the noises as much as I do. So that's giving the signal and the intelligence on what to do for these objects here. The pilot, by the way, is this greater being, which is not physical. It can be physical. It can. But most of the time it's not. What is the greatest consciousness system? It's this. It's this. It's this. It's any moving part that helps create this and your body and keeps your skin together. Why does your skin stay together? Because there's rules to this reality that we live in, and it just does. How cool is that? One is now two. And it's going wherever the other one goes. So the Pentagon had to do this. They had to disclose something, because you can't just have some nobody like me film things that are better than their footage. Makes them look pretty stupid, doesn't it? But we were called, crazies and lunatics for all those years. Of course, there's no apology for that. I don't know what these people were doing, tinfoil hats. That's when I had enough of it. When I saw the star move in 2015, I had enough. I'm like, you know what? I'm pulling out the camera now. And they had to. Because guess what? The cameras are only going to become more and more frequent, and they're going to get better. Now, you really want to get into this, you got to get a Nikon P1000 or 900. You got to get the ones that have good zoom. But the problem with those cameras is they don't have a good light sensor. They know that. That was done on purpose. They could have put a sensor in there. They did it a second time. The first time I gave Nikon a pass, but the second time, no fucking way. No. Pretty cool. So to look at this is to look at this like it's water. And there's a lot of stuff the noise is just, all around it. That's where you'd find God. And this field of just it's a field of consciousness. It's information. Information, me interacting with information, that. And anything here is potential. It's potential. And this is where the greatest consciousness system lies. I mean, look at it. That could be 2 eyes, a nose. Got whiskers here and ears. I mean, use your imagination, whatever. You'll see. If you want to see a picture of it, sure, it'll show you what it looks like. And the next day it'll change into something else. It's God, it's God. It can be whatever it wants to be. Now, this is a force. So these things are moving because there's a force that's pushing it. So there's something even more real and authentic than these things. It's this right here. Who is that? Well, I promise you this, it's not pilots. Why would 2 pilots want to do this? Cool, where are you? Well, I'm nowhere. Okay, I'll meet you at nowhere then. Sounds good. And I'm going to follow everything you do just so Michael Cody's happy. Okay, sounds like a good idea. I got so many videos like this. It's just laughable. So the Pentagon had no choice. They didn't want to. And the disclosure doesn't mean anything. All they're saying is, yeah, those videos are real. Do you know what that means when they say it's real? Somebody can fake a real UFO. Okay? They could put the moon at a certain angle, or they could do some trick where they throw a frisbee, and anybody can say the video's real. It doesn't mean that it's real UFOs. They're just saying the video is real. They're not telling you it could be a frisbee. You understand what I'm saying? They're not. So it's not, to me, it's just like, they're not saying it's alien. They're just saying that video is real. So it could be a real fake. They're very clever. Anyways, plausible, right? Plausible deniability. The real stuff is stuff that's weird, unexplainable sometimes, yet beautiful. I don't have all the answers. I try to ask the supreme being, I call the greatest consciousness system, for direction on a lot of this stuff. And it took me a while to understand fourth dimension, what it looked like, until I saw it. And it's really awesome. Fourth dimensional beings can see through the walls and windows and everything. Rooftops. Now, why did it turn into this? People ask me things like that. I don't know. What is it? I don't know. I know that when it's fourth dimensional, it enjoys turning into human-like images, like side profile of the face or something. It enjoys turning the statues, coins, stuff that we've made. It reflects a lot of things that we've made, but then it doesn't do that, because then it just cuts it right in half and does something else. Now we're seeing this image. This could be right here, the disc that's causing it. I don't know. Maybe that's the disc. Maybe there's no disc involved at all. It's just, it's up to you. You're the viewer. You're the observer. I'm just showing you. I haven't showed you guys a new video in a while, and I've got tons of videos. Okay, they don't ever chemtrail me. People ask me they chemtrail. No way. They chemtrail the people that are not experiencers. Yes, there's a group of people who have cameras that go out there and they try to make, a butterfly turn into a fucking UFO, whatever. I don't know. They're not experiencers. They're consciously not as evolved as people who were chosen. If you're chosen to get an experience that's so different, like a star, I got a star moving, and then I did my homework, I found out we're in a simulation, stars could move, and bang. Once that happened and I put it out to the public, I got right into this. I got plugged into another whole level. They were very happy, because no one's gone on record to say that. So society would call you stupid, but I just didn't care. I can't unsee what I saw. So stars move. This was acting like a star. This thing's moving. It's turning to something else. I went out tonight just to go in my car. I left something in my car, all right? And this inspired me to do a video. So I go out there, and I saw a shooting star. Wow. Let me go spend some more time outside. It's late. Then I saw another shooting star, two simultaneously go to the right as I'm hypnotizing myself, looking at the cosmos. Now, because I walked out there a little bit late, the stars were all they were missing. So the stars all started appearing. I know that. It's a little trick. The stars have come. So it knows that I know that. So the stars will move in tandem with it, with the surrounding environment. They're not trying to hide anything from me because they know I know the secret. Okay, it's gone. This is it. That's the footage. But fourth dimension is, is just beautiful. It's really interesting. But you can conceptualize it. I know people say you can't, but you can. I'll draw it out for you guys one day. But I had to go to a higher being to teach me how to do that. There we go. Not a lot of time. This is all the effort in the world just for something that lasts 10 seconds, but it's worth it. It's worth it to me. And mosquito bites I've gotten through this. How many Friday nights I spent my life trying to get something like this? I got it. It rewards those who put the effort. So it's both. It's both being chosen. What are you going to do with that? The system always told me, the greatest consciousness system in the field told me many times, that you have to sometimes believe in what you see. What are you willing to pay? What are you willing to pay for the experience? For it to move a light, the greatest consciousness system, that's not a big deal to it. But it did break a simulation rule. So the rules of stars are supposed to be fixed. Well, not with the field. The field can do whatever it wants. It can make that light move, right? Yep. It can make it move. Star can move, no problem. And that can only be possible in a simulated reality. And the real miracle is not so much that star moved and stopped, and then I was able to look at it and make sure that it moved, because it gave me plenty of time to do that. The real miracle is you, and what are you going to do about it? It already has the answers. Well, your homework. How could it do that? Go out the next night. Is that star there again? Yes, it is. Wow. I saw a star move? Yes, you did. Believe in what you see. If you believe in what you see, then you believe in me. And if you believe in me, then you must believe in what you see. For if you don't, there is no us. Meaning that we're both a part of this experience. You and something greater than yourself. You saw it. Nobody's going to believe you. But now, since I've gone on record and said, I saw a star move. I was watching it for 2.5 hours. I was thinking about something else, but it happened. I don't care what anybody says. So be it. And now I've been on such a mission. I've gone beyond what was hoped for me. So now you have two other people that have come on there and said, okay, I've seen a movie star too. Wow. Another person. Now it's like 4 or 5 people. And it's like, okay, here we go. Now we're getting closer to the truth. So it's interesting how they chemtrail some of these other people. I think they chemtrail the people that are looking for these physical objects, where for me, I'm interacting with my consciousness and sending out signals through the field. I'm not saying they come from Andromeda. I say they come from a supreme being that hears me, or from forces outside where my consciousness originates from. Your brain doesn't create consciousness. Your brain is a correlator to receive information of consciousness. They can't find consciousness in your brain. They never will. Oh, here's your dream. Wow, this is what they did on March 13th on 1994. This is great. Come on, nonsense. It pulls it from a cloud, a field. Like we use the cloud to store stuff. Same thing, same idea. What do you think they stole it from? They stole it from nature. That's where consciousness is. Consciousness is out of this universe and goes into it. It's information. You're an information field. God is the prime divine is this field right here, where all this stuff can happen. And this is an open canvas that you can interact with. How? By creating electromagnetic vortexes, look like tornadoes, and spinning it toward the cosmos. But you're going to probably have to be, maybe you get invited, maybe you don't, but if you want to see an anomaly or some sort of special thing that flies by, ask for it. See what happens. If your intentions are good, you're probably going to have a lot of success and see more of them. If they're not so good and you want to hoard the information and lie about things and stuff, then that's not probably not going to work out so well for you. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.